Fresh indications of reconciliation emerged on Tuesday as security operatives and the sergeant-at-arms of the National Assembly reopened Senate Office 205, previously sealed during the suspension of embattled Kogi Central lawmaker Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. The development effectively restores her access to the National Assembly complex, bringing an end to months of restricted entry. Political analysts say the move signals a softening of tensions between Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan and Senate President Godswill Akpabio, whose leadership had strongly backed her suspension. Parliamentary sources disclosed that the decision to reopen her office was reached during a closed-door leadership meeting of the upper chamber on Monday. It was also gathered that when plenary resumes on October 7 of 2025, Senate Minority Leader Abba Moro is expected to table a motion calling for her full reinstatement following a public apology from the lawmaker. Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan was suspended in March 2025 for 6 months after a heated protest over the reallocation of her Senate seat on February 20. She was also removed as chair of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and NGOs and barred from all legislative activities of the 10th Senate for what was described as breaches of the chamber's standing orders. Although the 6-month suspension technically lapsed in September, the senator remained locked out of her office amid ongoing legal battles and opposition from Senate leadership. She challenged the sanction in court, but initial efforts to secure an injunction against it were unsuccessful. Her fortunes shifted in July when Justice Bintan Yako of the Federal High Court in Abuja ruled that the suspension was excessive and unconstitutional, stressing that such lengthy sanctions deprived the people of Kogi Central of representation. Despite the ruling, the Senate maintained that she had to serve the full suspension period before her reinstatement could be considered. Mounting legal pressure came earlier in September when a legal counsel, senior advocate of Nigeria Michael Jonathan Numa, wrote to the clerk to the National Assembly, Kamorudeen Ogunlana. The letter demanded her reinstatement by September 15 of 2025, warning that failure to comply would trigger contempt and disciplinary proceedings against the Senate. In his response, Ogunlana explained that he lacked the constitutional authority to reverse decisions of the Senate, emphasizing that only the chamber itself could decide on the matter. His position was later reinforced by the National Assembly's Information Director Bula Audu Biala, who clarified that the clerk's office functions in an administrative capacity and cannot override Senate resolutions. The reopening of her office is being interpreted as a compromise move, potentially paving the way for a formal resolution when plenary resumes. If reinstated, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan would not only regain her seat, but also restore the full representation of her constituents who have been without an active voice in the Senate for more than half a year. Political watchers believe the case underscores ongoing debates about the limits of legislative discipline, the balance between parliamentary authority and judicial oversight, and the rights of lawmakers to represent their constituents without undue restriction. For now, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan's return appears closer than ever, though her reinstatement still hinges on a final vote in the chamber. Uduak Daniel, Eagles FM.